Hey folks, I'm pumped about this. Today on Mondays with Monica, I'm talking to the legendary, the iconic, Mr. Lou Gossett Jr. At 85 years old, y'all, he just had a birthday. He's had a storied career that began back when he was in high school. Now, Gossett went on to win an Emmy for his role in Fiddler in Roots. Remember that back in 1977? He's also known for playing Gunnery Sergeant Emil Foley in the 1982 film An Officer and a Gentleman, Mayonnaise. That role landed him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, the first Black American to do so. The one, the only Mr. Lou Gossett Jr. joining us live. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
All right, that shrimp and grits made me hungry.
Well, the next time you're in Vegas, I'll make sure my husband saves some for you, too. Hey, listen, Lou. Yeah,
yes.
We're going to get right into this because I have so many things to ask you about. You have a new book out right now called An Officer and a Gentleman. Tell us about that.
An actor and a gentleman.
An actor and a gentleman. Yeah, an actor and a gentleman.
Sir.
And tell us about that, why you decided to write it. Obviously, a play off the movie.
Yes, a play off the movie and the life and the experiences from high school all the way until to the present time. And it's a gentle, inclusive experience, good and bad, to explain yourself so you can continue on. So maybe people can understand some of the difficulties that you have to overcome in order to continue on. And that's what Juneteenth means, is now we can continue on.
Yeah. Yeah, and we just showed a cover of the book. It's a beautiful cover there. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Our arts district in downtown Las Vegas, we have the jewel of our arts district. It's called the Smith Center, and they just announced their Broadway series. It's happening October 26th through October 30th. Guess what play is going to be part of the Broadway series?
Hopefully it's A Raisin in the Sun.
It's An Officer and a Gentleman. Lou.
Oh, wow.
So, like I said, I'm putting you on the spot. So we want to invite you here. I want your people to call our people so we can hook you up with the CEO over at the Smith Center. His name is Myron Martin, okay? We want to see you here.
You got it, yeah.
All right. Now, I want to talk about your latest movie, The Cuban. I'm going to be honest with you. That movie was so well done. The pace was perfect. The storyline, it was so compelling. And the end was a shocker. But the portrayal of your character, Luis Garcia, that kept me so engaged. What drew you to that script?
Well, I was drawn because I remember Robert De Niro playing a character where he, in one shot, he went from none available to being available. He did it. It's the explanation of Alzheimer's disease, and that's an actor's challenge to do stuff that's difficult. I always wanted the opportunity to do that. So I played this character who makes this transition from being non-communicative to remembering the old days when he was the star of the Copacabana in Cuba. He was a nightclub star. And he left once Castro came into place. And he left his family and his fiancée. And when you see him again, he's incommunicado in an old age home. Yeah. And what a challenge for an actor to do that, you know.
Yeah, it was.
To allow this young lady to bring me back to life.
It was amazing, and it seemed like your role in that movie, I mean, you've been doing this a long time, it was effortless. So it was so easy to watch, and I was thinking to myself, boy, a lot of young actors in this, I would be so intimidated to have to go on a set with Lou Gossett Jr. and play that role, but they did a great job. They held their own.
Yeah, it was great, and you know, my high school stuff was Afro-Cuban music.
Yeah.
And it was introduced by Dizzy Gillespie, who had gone into the Latin countries and brought a combination of jazz and Latin music together. And that was called Afro-Cuban. And out of that came Tito Puente and Tito Rodriguez. That was my high school dance competitions for those Latin dances. So I got to relive my childhood.
Yeah, and you did it well. Hey, let's talk about your foundation, Lou. You started it back in 2006. It is called the Eracism Foundation. Talk about perfect timing.
Hello?
Tell us all about that. Can you hear me, Lou?
You still on receive, sir.
Can you hear me, Lou?
Yeah, now we're back. Now we're back.
We're back? Okay. Tell me about your Eracism Foundation.
Well, the Eracism Foundation is it had to mirror my childhood. And my childhood is we're post-depression children. And in Brooklyn and places, those neighborhoods were filled with some intellectual cream of the crop of Europe who were running from Hitler. So they came to the United States, they changed their names, and they were put into the New York educational system. And a whole bunch of them came to Brooklyn, and I grew up with their children. And those children turned out to be people like Barbara Streisand,
Wow,
Arthur Miller, Carole King. And so we kind of grew up together with that open attitude. And that's where Jackie Robinson came from the Dodgers, and then Jacob Javits. So we took very good care. We owned Broadway for years.
yeah.
So that when I came to be an actor and went to a society where that wasn't happening, it was like an ill-fitting glove. So I've been holding that resentment for quite a while until I came up with the idea that we got to get that kind of society back again. We don't have to go broke. We have to lower the walls so we can live together the way it's promised in the Declaration of Independence. One nation under God, indivisible.
God. Yeah, very
liberty
good.
and justice for all. So
Well,
now that's what our holiday today is. You know, we need to be free, loving one another, taking care of one another.
absolutely, I totally
As
agree.
this country has promised.
Yeah,
So that's what that foundation is about.
well, thank you for sharing that with us. I only have less than about 30 seconds here. Do you have any other projects coming up real soon?
Well, I've got you got Foster Boys that's coming up soon, and I have a podcast as an elder. It's called For What It's Worth. Okay. And I got that from my great grandmother, who only lied to me one time. She said, "This is going to hurt me more. It's going to hurt you."
All right, Lou, thank you so much. We are out of time. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for bringing us all of the wonderful movies. And I got to tell you, this is like coming full circle for me. So I'm a kid who watched Roots, you know, back in 1977. So far in my career, I have now interviewed 4 cast members from that remarkable movie. I have now interviewed Lou Gossett Jr., Ben Vereen, LeVar Burton, and the late, great Cicely Tyson.
A wonderful family there.
Yes, it is. So thank you so much. You've really helped me make or hit a milestone in my career. I'm very grateful. And I hope to see you in Vegas soon. Come by and stop by our Smith Center to see the play, okay?
It's only going to cost you one thing.
What?
Shrimp and grits.
You got it. It's coming. All right. Well, take care. We appreciate you so much.
All right. I'll talk to you later, honey.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Have a
All
blessed
right.
day.
Bye-bye.